a Coles Notes version of when you're lighting. Obviously, I'm not lighting it the right way here because I'm in my basement. But if you're lighting something and you see the YouTubers with the colored background, the colored light, how do they do that? And there's kind of an interesting tip in terms of depth is really what it's all about.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Essentially, if you want to do interesting lighting like the ones you described, whereby they might have a coloured light on the back wall, but it isn't hitting the subject, and then the subject is really well lit as well, what you really need to try and do in that circumstance is light in two different layers. So your background layer, you're thinking about completely separately from your subject. I think a lot of people want to try and get one light to do everything. Which is fine, but if you can get a light very, very close to the subject and try and make it as big as possible, you've probably seen lights with things like soft boxes on them or
big, huge looking
big
things.
White umbrellas, things like that. That's to soften the light source so that it's a very flattering light on the subject. And the closer you can get that to the subject, the less likely it is to impact or contaminate the other lighting on the background. So try and get your lights up close to whatever they're lighting, but put as much distance maybe between your subject and your background as you can, and that will really help things.
Yeah, and that was the thing that really surprised me when we were setting things up, and we'll eventually get in there to record some episodes. I'm looking forward to it. How far away the subject, being us, is from the back wall that's lit. It's we're talking in, I think up there it's 10 feet, 10 11 feet. Yeah, it's a ways back, and that's how you separate those two layers of light, as opposed to us being right up against the wall where you can't make any changes to it anyways. So